As soon as Anandi stepped inside the house, after returning from the office, he noticed that Misha was lost in deep thoughts. Unaware of his arrival, sitting in the gallery on a recliner, she seemed completely absorbed in her own world. It had been nearly 10 months since their marriage, yet Anandi still could not figure out what thoughts would suddenly consume Misha. Before marriage, Anandi had met Misha only once or twice, but she never appeared to be a quiet or serious person. However, within a month of their wedding, he started sensing that Misha wanted to share something, ask something, or express something, but hesitation held her back. Anandi too tried his best to understand the secret hidden in Misha's heart, but so far he had failed. What puzzled Anandi the most was that Misha always seemed lost, sad, or troubled only after returning from a visit to her best friend, Minnie. Minnie and Misha had been school friends. Just a month after Misha's wedding, Minnie also got married to a wealthy and successful businessman in the same city. Whenever Misha had free time, she would visit Minnie at her home. Today, once again, seeing Misha so lost in thought, Anandi did not disturb her. Instead, he quietly went to the kitchen, made tea for himself and coffee for Misha, and returned to the gallery. Handing her the coffee, he playfully said, "Knock, knock, madam. What deep thoughts are you lost in? Here is your hot coffee." The fact that Anandi, despite being tired after work, prepared tea for himself and coffee for her didn't sit well with Misha. She knew that Anandi was aware of her preferences. He knew she liked coffee. In the past 10 months, he had learned her likes and dislikes. She was well aware of this, yet she could not understand. If Anandi knew her so well, why could not he understand the feelings buried in her heart? Why wasn't he expressive like Minnie's husband? Why didn't he surprise her with gifts? Why didn't he take her out on weekends? Why was he always busy with work? So many unanswered questions burned inside Misha, and these thoughts intensified whenever she met Minnie. Seeing Anandi standing there with coffee and tea, Misha said, "You didn't have to do this. You could have told me. I would have made it." Anandi smiled, sat beside her, and said, "What difference does it make? Who makes it? You or me?" Hearing this, Misha said nothing more. A heavy silence filled the air between them, pricking like thorns, one that even Anandi could not break. 2 days later, after finishing household chores, Misha once again went to visit Minnie. As she reached Minnie's doorstep, she froze. Minnie's husband was yelling at her inside the house. "If you are sick, that doesn't mean I should abandon my business and sit at home taking care of you. There is a car at home, a driver. Why don't you go to the doctor yourself? Take as much money as you want, but don't expect me to leave my work to take care of you." Hearing his cold and indifferent words, Misha was stunned. Without knocking, she turned around and walked back home. On the way, memories of Anandi's loving and supportive nature started resurfacing in her mind. She recalled how, just last month, when she had fallen ill, Anandi had cancelled all his work to take care of her. He took her to the doctor, cooked khichdi for her, and stayed by her side the entire day. Remembering all this, Misha's heart kept asking her one question: is this what love truly is? And every time, the answer that echoed in the depth of her heart was, yes, this is love. For the first time in months, as Misha returned home from Minnie's place, she wasn't burdened with questions. She had found all her answers. She no longer had complaints or doubts about Anandi. She now knew what true love looked like.